Sexual harassment cases are more about power than any other case, any other type of case that comes into my office. And we have seen egregious violations normally, and I wish I wouldn't be using the word normally in the sexual harassment context, but it does happen on a frequent basis. Normally, it's with a female who's in a vulnerable situation. We often see a single parent female trying to support children who have to do whatever they can to maintain their job. And I had perhaps the most egregious situation happen to me a few years ago with a client that sickens me to this day. I had a lady who was a very well-qualified pharmaceutical salesperson who sold a drug that was clearly better than the competition. It was the type of drug that you can't buy at a grocery. It can only be used in an emergency room to treat victims of a certain disease. And it was between her drug and another drug. And by all the science, her drug outperformed the other drug. The person who was buying the drug in charge of this chain of hospitals was responsible for like 11 different hospitals. And blatantly told my client that there was only one way he would put that drug in. And I don't want to get too graphic here, but you could use your imagination to figure out what my client had to do. Well, my client's a single mother, had at that time two high school age kids that had to go to college, and she decided she was going to agree to the request just to get her drug in and be a performer. It was a lot of money to her. 2 or 3 days later, she decides, I just can't do this, and reports it to her company, which was the appropriate thing to do. The company said, don't worry, we've got your back, we'll take care of you. Right after that, because she told this person buying the drugs, she wasn't going to do it, he shunned her off and wouldn't buy the drug. Well, the company then went to try to sell the drug directly and couldn't do it. So then my client gets written up and put on a performance improvement plan, realized that she was going to get terminated, and comes to see me, and we file a claim against the company for retaliation and the individual for basically tortiously interfering with her job. And it came to a confidential result, but it was successful. The illustration of that story is the power, total disproportion of power between the two parties. And that to me is just disgusting, but it's indicative and illustrative of what these sexual harassment cases are really like. You see sexual harassment cases where executives are hitting on subordinates. You see that all the time. It's all about power. And that's all it is.